So dear student, I Rakesh Jain from Gyanvar University. Today I am going to teach you about the Laplace transformation of various functions. As we know that a Laplace transformation of any function ft will be equal to fs, that will be fs, and what is the formula for the Laplace transformation? Fs is equal to 0 to infinity limit in the integration ft e raised to the power minus st dt. Now I am teaching you that what should be the various Laplace transformation of different kind of functions. Now see, there are different kind of functions, means we have to put different values, or we have to select different values for the function ft. It may be the impulse function del t, it may be the unit step function ut, it may be a sinusoidal sine function, cosine function, or different kind of functions. So we just draw a table in which we will see that what will be the Laplace transformation of different kind of functions. So here I select different values, or different, we can say, function, and here we will see their Laplace transformation value, which will be determined after applying the basic formula of Laplace transformation. So the different values are, let's suppose I select ft is equal to del t. Let my function is del t. Del t is unit impulse function. Then my Laplace transformation will be 1. Let my function is unit impulse function. Unit impulse, that is denoted by actually by del. Del. So what will be the Laplace transformation of this? That will be 1. That will be 1. The answer is 1. Remember these formulas. The answer will be 1. So the Laplace transformation of a unit impulse function is always equal to 1. What will be the, now I take another function, it will be del t actually. Don't be confused. It is actually del t. Okay. All functions consist the time period t. All function consist of the time period t. The second one is the unit function, unit is step, that is ut. So a Laplace transformation of ut, that will be equal to 1 by s. Laplace transformation of unit step function. Laplace transformation of unit step function, that is denoted by ut. That is denoted by ut. Is 1 by s. 1 by s. Now the third one is Laplace transformation of a function t, where we select, let's suppose ft is equal to t. Then what will be the Laplace transformation? It will be 1 upon s square. It will be 1 divided by s square. If the Laplace transformation of a function t is, if you want to find out the Laplace transformation of t, then it will be 1 divided by s square. Yes, 1 divided by s square. I just increase the size of this dividation so you understand. Okay. So 1 divided by s square is the Laplace transformation for a function t. This table is very much important, right, for the competition exam, for the objective purpose, because we derived these formulas with the help of the basic Laplace formula of Laplace transformation, that is fs is equal to 0 to integration ft e raised to the power minus st dt. we will see later on. Now see the next one. What will be the Laplace transformation? What will be the Laplace transformation for a t square? Then it will be 2 divided by s cube. 2 divided by s cube. What will be the Laplace transformation? That my function is t square now. My function is t square. Then what will be the Laplace transformation is of t square, that is 2 divided by s cube. 2 divided by s cube. Yes. So 2 divided by s cube is the Laplace transformation for t square. Now what will be the Laplace transformation? One more related to t we just take, so you will easily understand. If I increase now the power as 3, for example. So very simple. It is actually factorial n divided by s raised to the power n plus 1. Right? When we increase the, it is very simple to remember. That is factorial n divided by s raised to the power n plus 1. I just write down here. Whenever you have any function t and it consists any power, let's suppose n is the power, then what will be the Laplace transformation of this function t? It will be factorial n divided by s raised to the power n plus 1. So you just see, when I select t square, then factorial 2 is what? 2 multiplied by 1, that is 2, divided by s raised to the power 2 plus 1, that is 3. For example, let's suppose, remember this formula, t raised to the power n is whenever consist, then what will be the Laplace transformation? It will be t raised to the power, sorry, a factorial n divided by s raised to the power n plus 1. This is a very simple way by which you can find out. For example, if a question will be asked, will be in front of you, that you should find out the Laplace transformation of t raised to the power 8, then when you use the formula and find out the answer, you should wait for the answer. But if objective question in front of you, you should use the direct formula, factorial 8 divided by s raised to the power 8 plus 1. It means the denominator will consist 8 s raised to the power 9. Okay. So in 4 objective, if there will be a direct separation, s raised to the power 7 at the denominator, s raised to the power 8 at the denominator, only one objective consists s raised to the power 9 as the denominator. No need to find out the factorial at the numerator, that is factorial 8. It means 8 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. That will consist some time. So smart way, do the answer, find out the answer. So the fifth, I am one more question related to t raised to the power. So just see, if you have t raised to the power, for example, 3, t raised to the power 3. So no need, you can easily find out the answer. What will be the answer? Because t raised to the power 3, it means n is 3. It means my n is 3. So whenever n is 3, then factorial n is what? Factorial 3. Factorial 3 means 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. So 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. So it means numerator will consist of 6. Okay. Divided by. So what will be the divide by? S raised to the power n plus 1. What is n? N is 3. So 3 plus 1 is what? 3 plus 1 is 4. So s raised to the power 4. And you will easily find out the answer. So s raised to the power 4. With the help of this factorial formula, you will easily find out the answer. So now this will be your answer of this. So t cube that is 6 divided by s raised to the power 4. Similarly, t raised to the power 4, t raised to the power 5, you should use only factorial n divided by s raised to the power n plus 1. So this is an important formula for the competition exam, by which you can find out the answer of any term in which t raised to the power something is given. Kindly wait for a while. Let's suppose my new function is e raised to the power minus at. We have already been done this 1 divided by s minus e. Okay, so e raised to the power plus at and e raised to the power minus at will be there. Then what will happen? If e raised to the power minus is there, then as we discussed yesterday, see this one. If ft is plus at, then we will find out s minus e. If here I have e raised to the power plus at, here instead of a you can use alpha, beta, anything, okay, any constant. So in answer you will consist as minus a. If plus in the exponent term, then minus in the answered Laplace transformation term. If minus in the exponent term, then definitely it will be plus. So I just write down this one, e raised to the power instead of okay, a, I choose a constant a. You can use b, c, alpha, beta, any constant will be there. So if e raised to the power plus at is there, it means 1 divided by s minus e will be my Laplace transformation. So I just write down as I taught you yesterday. So the sixth one is if you have e raised to the power plus at, then your Laplace transformation will be, as I told you already, if plus at, then 1 divided by s minus e. 1 divided by s minus e. 1 divided by s minus e raised to the power plus at, then it will be 1 upon s minus e, 1 divided by s minus e. If it will be plus, it will be minus, then what will happen? Now see. Dushan, kindly send the snapshot to me. Now the seventh one is e raised to the power, don't be confused with the colors, e raised to the power minus et. Then what will happen? 1 divided by s plus a. 1 divided by s plus a. Just we change the sign, nothing else. Now, if t will be multiplied by these values, then what will happen? If it instead of e raised to the power plus at, if it will be t e raised to the power plus at, then what will happen? Just 1 divided by s minus a square of that this term. Okay. If it will be t e raised to the power minus at, then what will happen? 1 divided by s plus a and its square. What I want to see, see this 8th and 9th. Wait for a while. Now see, if t will be multiplied by this, let's suppose t is multiplied by this e raised to the power plus at. T is multiplied by this e raised to the power plus at. Don't be confused by this black color or red color. These are only colors. Okay. So what will be my answer? My answer will be as it is, 1 divided by s minus a. 1 divided by s minus a. Instead of this, just a little bit change, that this s minus a at the denominator will be get squared. Okay. Okay. So when I multiply by t, then it will be s minus a having a square over there. Having a square. Having a square. So this will be a little bit changed. Now what will be the ninth one? The ninth formula, the ninth rule for this is wait for a while. Okay. Now the ninth one is when I multiply e raised to the power minus at by the same kind of term t, then if in the ninth case I just write down t multiply by e raised to the power minus at instead of plus at, as in the previous case. If I multiplied by minus at, then what will happen? The answer will be as it is, 1 divided by s plus a. So 1 divided by same s plus a will be the answer, no problem, but having a square over there. Okay. So now these ninth formula I taught you. Just the next formula at the right hand side I will start. Now these are ninth formulas. Okay. Now the remaining one I just start at the right hand side. Okay. Now see at the right hand side the next formulas and their answer. The second one, that is 10. So the next formula for the Laplace transformation which I want to show you is your instead of multiply by t, if t raised to the power, and how can I remember that what will happen? So there is a basic formula. Whenever e raised to the power plus at or e raised to the power minus at will be multiplied by t raised to the power n. It may be t square, t cube, it may be t, like in 8th and 9th. I just multiply by t. Then at the denominator side, at the upper term will consist factorial n, and the divide term will consist s plus a if minus in exponent term, and if exponent term consists the minus, we should use a plus term. Okay. So now I am talking you about the sin 80 and post 80 term. Sin 80 and post 80, as I have already been told you. If my function is sin 80, then what will happen? It will be a divided by s square plus e square. Plus Now, which one is my 11? That is definitely cos 80. So the next one is 11th one is cos 80. Then in case of cos 80, s will be at the numerator only. The remaining term is same. S will be at the numerator. The remaining divided by s square plus e square will be as it is. Okay. So in case of sine 80, I just put a constant at the upper term. In case of cos 80, I just put a s at the numerator term. Okay. Now sine 80 and cos 80, if multiplied by an exponent term, for example, e raised to the power minus 80, then what will happen? See very carefully. It is important formulas. These are important formulas. For example, the cos 80 and sin 80 multiplied by e raised to the power minus 80 term, then what will happen? I see. See very carefully. Now my 12th one will be, if sin 80, that is multiplied by exponent term, e raised to the power minus 80 sin of 80. This video will be very useful for you all whenever you will attend any competition exam in which circuit theory is also a part of your technical subject, because always in case of electrical branch, electronics branch, always circuit theory is a very significant plays a significant role. So in which you will easily find out the answer of Laplace transformation, because the frequently asked question in any competition exam also consist a circuit theory question related to Laplace transformation. So whenever sine theta t, sine omega t, or sine 80 multiply by e raised to the power minus, it is not mandatory that the constants are same. Here 80, then I can change it. So let's suppose it is bt. Instead of a, this constant will be different. Let it is alpha, or it is b. Okay, b is also a constant. So e raised to the power minus bt sine 80, e raised to the power minus bt sine 80, then what will happen? Similarly, the constant will be at the upper side. So a divided by here s plus b square plus a square will be there. S plus b square plus a square. Once again, whatever the exponent term consists the constant, that is b in my case, that will be added with the s at the denominator side. So s plus b square whole square, then plus a square, and the upper term will be c, a. So here my answer will be a, the constant of the sine term, divided by s plus b square plus a square. Just wait for 2 minutes, then we will complete this. So this will be a new formula, and it is an important formula for competition exam. Okay. Now the 13th one is, if cos 80, if cos term will be multiplied by this exponent, then what will happen? See very carefully. S divided by s plus b square plus a square as it is, but this constant will also be a part of numerator also. What I want to say, I just want to say this one. If e raised to the power minus bt, now multiply by a cos term, that is cos 80, then what will be its Laplace transformation? Its Laplace transformation will consist the same kind of term with some changes. We will prove later on. s plus b square plus a square. The denominator term will be as it is, but the numerator term will consist s plus b also. S plus b also. This numerator term will consist s plus b also. S plus b also. Now the next one, within 1 minute we will complete our lecture. Have patience. Now the 14th one is hyperbolic. With hyperbolic function, what will happen? Send a snapshot first. Now cos hyperbolic and sine hyperbolic function. Then what will happen? It will really, let's suppose we have a sine hyperbolic at function. Sine hyperbolic at. So what will be sine hyperbolic at? Hyperbolic function. Then what will happen? If you have a hyperbolic sine at or cos at, then it will be a divided by s square minus e square. A divided by s square minus e square. So, a divided by bracket s square minus e square. So s square minus e square. Yes. So this will be the function of sine hyperbolic. Now what about cos hyperbolic? The numerator term is as it is, s square minus a square, but the denominator will consist s. Now the last one is cos hyperbolic. Cos hyperbolic. Then it will be the denominator term is as it is, s square minus a square, but the numerator will consist s. But the numerator will consist s. So these are the 15th basic formula which are very useful for the competition exam and for the objective kind of questions all belongs from the Laplace family. So thank you very much for watching the video. I Rakesh Jain from Gyan University will teach you in next lecture about the how we will find out these answers. So thank you very much.